So we need to have, first of all, a meeting of the heads of the four parties. There is no senior party, no junior party. We are all equal. And we meet here under my chairmanship, which does not mean that I am so high that I cannot, everybody must listen to me. We discuss things in depth, and it is decided that for the moment we are going to create only a small cabinet of important ministries, not of the full cabinet. We do not want to have a huge cabinet, but there are certain ministries which needs to be filled immediately. At the moment, we just name the ministries, not the ministers concerned, because we want to give time for the parties to go back and make their, have their meetings or whatever to decide which ministry they want to be in and who would be their candidate, which does not mean that their proposal will all be accepted, because tomorrow we will have a full meeting of the Presidential Council. At the Presidential Council, we will name the names and the ministries that we will have to fill initially, the 10 ministries. This does not mean that we are not a united party. We are one party. But it is important that all parties be represented in our cabinet. I'm already there as Prime Minister, and of course the Deputy Prime Minister has already been named, that is Datuk Sri Wan Rizal. The other 10 ministries will be determined tomorrow, and I will give you the names of the ministries now that we will fill by tomorrow. Now, the ministries chosen to be the core ministries initially would be number 1, Keuangan or Finance. Number 2 is Dalam Negeri, which will be in charge of Home Affairs. That includes police and other other responsibilities of the Minister of Home Affairs. Number 3 would be Defense, Pertahanan. Number 4 would be Education or Pendidikan. Number 5 would be Pembangunan Luar Bandar, Rural Development. Number 6 would be the Economy. Number 7 would be Kerja Raya, Public Works. Number 8 would be Pengangkutan or Communication, Transport. Number 9 is Multimedia, Science and Technology. And number 10, Luar Negara. Although I have named these in sequence up to 10, it does not mean that the ministry, the 10th ministry is inferior to the 9th ministry and so on. We are actually of equal status, but quite obviously certain ministries will play a much more prominent role. That is what we have decided as far as the cabinet is concerned. Then we have a problem with many states which have not been able to form a government. There is evidence that there were some manipulation. For example, in the case of Sabah, initially Warisan won about 35 seats, but the election commission kept on counting and recounting so as to reduce Warisan to 29 seats. Now they have a problem because they cannot form a government. And there is an attempt to bribe or to get certain people to cross over using money. We regard this as corruption. You can have people switching party if they like because of principles. But if they are bought over we will not recognize that as a proper change of party. We would investigate this, and when we find elements of corruption or money being paid to any minister to cross over or anybody else to cross over by giving them money, we regard that as corruption, as much as we regard as corruption money being paid in order to get votes. Throughout the election, the MACC